Close your eyes and listen to the gentle rhythm of the rain. Outside the ancient castle, the night sky is painted with clouds, and every drop of rain falls like a silver string from heaven. Tonight, I invite you to wander slowly into a fairy tale. A rainy fairy tale, where the world softens, where the heart slows, and where dreams begin to bloom with every raindrop. This is the sleepy tale of Princess Bella-Flor. She lives in a castle with windows that shimmer with rain. A castle where the halls echo with lullabies carried by the wind. Her story is not filled with battles or fears, but with the soft music of rain, the glow of lanterns, and the whispers of the night. A story not to awaken you, but to guide you deeper, deeper, into peace, into calm, into sleep. So let the sound of the rain become your blanket. Let the voice of the story become your gentle pillow. And let Princess Bella-Flor's journey carry you away into a magical dream, where rain is forever soft, and sleep is forever safe. Listen to the rain. The soft rain. The kind of rain that never hurries, never pushes, only arrives and settles like silk across the world. In the deep blue of night, Princess Bella-Flor walks a corridor lined with tall windows, each pane beaded with slow, silver droplets. The castle breathes with hurled stones, exhale a faint coolness. Tapestries hold the fragrance of lavender and ash, and far below, the courtyards gather puddles like small patient mirrors. She moves without hurry, a candle in her hand, its flame swaying in rhythm with her breath, with the rain, with the hush that fills every seam of this world. The first window greets her with a tiny river, a strand of water gliding down the glass, joining another and another, until they braid into a quiet stream that reaches the sill and blossoms into a drop. She leans close and watches the drop quiver, round and bright, as though it were a thought, deciding whether to fall or stay. It falls, a soft sound, a softer echo, and the night grows one note deeper. Bella-Flor smiles, the gentle, private smile of someone who has learned that even the smallest sound has a story. She touches the cold mullion and closes her eyes. The rain is a choir tonight, 1,000 soft voices singing a lullaby in a language older than the kingdom itself. If she listens just right, the steady rhythm arranges itself into measures, and the measures into a hush of music calm, even welcoming. She listens, she breathes. The castle sighs along. In the second hall, the windows are taller, and the moon is a pale coin behind thin cloud. Each pane catches a piece of that pale light, and where the water threads across the glass, it turns to silver lace. The princess imagines the windows as open harps, the raindrops as fingers moving across strings. She imagines the castle itself as a great instrument built to play one song, the song of quiet rain and resting hearts. She places her palm against the glass and feels the hush move through her bones. The candle trembles and recovers. Her eyelids, without asking, grow heavier and softer, like petals soaked in dew. She walks. The corridor bends. At every turn, the same lovely miracle. Windows fluttering with soft percussion. Floors banded with faint reflections. Air smelling of wet stone and rosemary. She remembers the stories told to her as a child, stories of a rain that could carry sorrow away if you held your breath and counted to 7. She tries it now, not because she is sorrowing, but because the old story has a gentle shape and she wishes to step inside it. She breathes in, slow. She counts, slow. 1, 2, 3. The rain grows softer. 4, 5, 6. The flame steadies. 7. She exhales, and peace spreads like warm milk in a cup. In the third gallery, she stops. Here the windows face the east garden, a place of lemon trees and pale roses that bloom even at night. The rain has laid a sheen across every leaf, every petal, every stone. The path is a ribbon. The fountain is a bowl of stars. A moth wanders near the glass and then rests, its wings a parchment folded in prayer. Bella-Flor lowers the candle and watches the moth dream in the rain-lit hush. She thinks, the night is teaching me how to be still. She thinks, stillness is a beautiful teacher. She thinks nothing at all, and this is the sweetest thought of all. She moves again, the soft whisper of her slippers like an extra measure in the music. In the narrow stairwell, the windows are small, like secret eyes. The rain here is close to the stone, ticking, ticking, a pocket watch in the hand of time. Down one flight, and the scent of the kitchens floats up to meet her fresh bread, turned out to cool. A trace of honey, a gentle breeze of chamomile, from a kettle left to sing. A sleepy cat stretches on the landing, opens one eye to regard her candle, then curls back into a careful spiral of dreams. Good night, she whispers, and the cat's tail replies with a single, satisfied flick. At the long window by the old library, the rain has begun to speak in longer phrases. It runs in paths that meet and part, like travelers at a crossroads who are too drowsy to do more than nod hello. The books are resting. The maps are resting. The globes spin a fraction and then stop, as if the world itself has chosen to lie down. Bella-Flor lifts her candle and studies the title's weathered gold leaf. Faded blues, leathers softened by years of friendly hands. A thought arrives. Perhaps the rain copies what it reads, and tonight it is reading poetry, because everything it writes on the windows feels like a verse. She smiles and understands that some thoughts are hammocks. You do not follow them anywhere, you lie down in them and sway. She continues to the music room. The tall windows here are set in pairs, and between each pair hangs a quiet instrument, a cello asleep in its case, a flute that remembers breath, a piano with the lid closed like a secret kept kindly. The rain arranges itself into a lull that matches the piano's hidden keys. The princess sits on the bench and places her hands on the closed lid. No notes, only touch. Something inside her answers. She does not need sound to make a song. The night is making one for her. The candle places a thin column of light upon the keys, like moonlight pouring through a keyhole. She watches and learns a lesson the castle has been teaching for centuries. You can play the music of resting by not playing at all. Time loosens. Minutes become a string of pearls, evenly spaced, softly gleaming. She walks to the high window where ivy touches the glass, where the rain gathers whisper by whisper. Here the castle wall is thick, the ledge deep enough for sitting. She settles there, draws her knees close, cradles the candle on the stone, and listens. The more she listens, the more the rain becomes kind. Not a storm, not a sermon, only kindness. It smooths the edges of the day. It polishes the small, rough stones of worry until they are round and harmless. It speaks the language of release. A memory arrives like a soft shawl. Her mother showing her how to trace a raindrop with a fingertip, following it down the window until it disappears. See, my love. This is how a thought becomes a dream. She tries it now. One drop, another. The glass is cool, the journey short, the arrival sweet. This is how a thought becomes a dream. She whispers to the window, to the candle, to the night. The rain deepens, then softens again, finding its slow, steady heart. The castle listens with her. The beams above creak, the way old wood creaks when it is comfortable. The tapestries breathe. Somewhere a door finds its latch and settles. The princess does not notice when her shoulders release, when her jaw loosens, when her breaths lengthen into the shape of sleep. She is not sleeping yet, not quite. She is close to the doorway, and the doorway is open. The candle's flame grows small and faithful. Outside, in the east garden, a rose nods its head and keeps a quiet watch. Another window, another path of silver, another corridor, another soft reflection. The words of the rain repeat with loving patience, and repetition becomes the spell that protects the night. Bella-Flor stands and walks once more, simply to enjoy the way the hush follows her like a cloak. At the last window of the hall, she pauses. This pane is misted so finely that the world beyond is only a watercolor of shapes and lights. She breathes upon the glass, draws a tiny crown with her fingertip, then a tiny flower beside it. The drawings bloom for a moment and fade, returning the pane to its soft, rainy veil. She smiles again, a little drowsier now, a little nearer to the dream that waits. "Thank you," she says to the windows. "Thank you," she says to the rain. And the rain, being rain, replies by continuing to fall gentle, measured, endlessly kind over the castle of drizzling windows, over the sleeping cat, over the bread cooling on the kitchen table, over the roses that shine like small moons in the garden, and over the princess, who turns toward the next quiet place, carrying her candle, carrying her breath, carrying the slow, silver song that will guide her deeper, deeper, deeper into rest. The rain does not end. It only softens, changes shape, becomes another kind of companion. Princess Bella-Flor descends a stairwell, her candle a trembling star in her hand. At the foot of the stairs, a heavy wooden door waits, its iron handle cool beneath her touch. She draws it open slowly, and the night air slips in a breath of rain, damp and sweet, carrying the fragrance of wet earth, rosemary, and roses. She steps out into the garden. The garden of silver raindrops awakens at night. Every leaf glitters with a crown of water. Every blossom holds a droplet trembling like a pearl. The lamplight from the castle windows brushes the paths, making the stones glisten as if the earth itself were paved with moonlight. She pauses, listening. The garden is not silent, it hums. The rain falling on roses makes a gentle patter. The rain slipping through the lemon trees makes a softer hush. Together, they weave a song that welcomes her into the heart of the night. She walks slowly along the path, slippers dampened by the moisture rising from the stones. To her left, a hedge of roses leans beneath the weight of raindrops, each flower bowing in reverence. To her right, the lemon trees shine pale under the wet glow, their fruit glistening like small lanterns. The air is filled with their sharp, sweet scent, softened by rain, until it feels like a balm upon her mind. Bella-Flor lifts her face, lets a few drops kiss her cheeks. She does not brush them away. They are blessings from the sky, cool and kind. Ahead, the fountain sings. Its basin brims with rainwater, and every drop that falls from the sky joins the ripples with a note. She kneels beside it, places her hand above the surface, but does not touch. Instead, she listens to the voice of the fountain. It whispers of endless circles, of water that never dies, only travels. She feels her breath fall into rhythm with the ripples, in, out, ripple, fade, the fountain, the rain. Her pulse all blend into one gentle movement. She is no longer apart from the night. She is threaded into it, like silver thread into velvet cloth. A lantern glows beneath the arbor of ivy. Its flame is faint, but steady, like a guardian of dreams. Beneath the arbor, she finds a stone bench, slick with dew. She sits, folds her hands in her lap, and watches the rain fall through the lattice of leaves above. Each drop catches light, turns briefly to crystal, and then disappears into the earth below. She imagines them as tiny messengers, carrying wishes down into the soil, planting them like seeds. She whispers her own wish into the rain. Peace, only peace, for all who listen. The leaves rustle, as if the garden has heard. From the shadows, a night bird calls once, then settles. A cat pads across the path, fur clumped with rain, but proud and silent. It pauses at her feet, shakes its coat, and curls upon the stone beside her. She strokes its damp fur, and it purrs a low, steady vibration that joins the music of rain. The purr grows into a lull, a living hum that seeps into her hand, her arm, her shoulder, her heart. She feels herself growing softer, heavier, like the petals of the roses after midnight. She rises again, candle steady, and continues deeper into the garden. At the far edge stands the willow tree. Its long branches hang like curtains of water, each strand beaded with droplets that fall in slow succession. She steps beneath the canopy, and suddenly the world grows quieter, as if the willow has woven a chamber of rain just for her. She closes her eyes and sways. The branches sway with her. The rain drips in measured patterns, patient, unhurried, like the ticking of a gentle clock. In this hush, time itself loosens its grip. Minutes dissolve into nothing more than the sound of silver drops. She lingers there, breathing with the willow, until the candle flame bends low. Then she steps back onto the path, and the garden greets her, again soft, wet, radiant. Above, the clouds shift, revealing the pale face of the moon. Its light spills across the wet leaves, and for an instant, the garden is a kingdom of jewels. Diamonds on every petal, sapphires on every blade of grass, pearls strung along the branches. Bella-Flor smiles, a small smile born of awe, but also of drowsy surrender. The rain does not hurry her, the garden does not demand. They only invite her deeper into stillness. She understands. This garden is not meant for walking quickly, not meant for speaking loudly. It is meant for listening, for breathing, for forgetting the weight of the day. And so she slows, even more, until each step is a lullaby, each glance a prayer, each raindrop a blessing. When at last she reaches the stone arch at the far end, she pauses. Behind her, the castle windows shimmer faintly. Before her, the path curves toward another secret place, hidden by rain. She lifts her candle once more, though the flame is nearly drowned by the damp air. The rain falls steady, endless, kind. And Princess Bella-Flor, wrapped in its silver rhythm, feels her heart grow heavier with calm, her eyelids dimmer with peace, as though the garden itself is cradling her toward sleep. The garden leads her onward, as if the rain itself is guiding her feet. Princess Bella-Flor follows the narrow path beyond the willow, where the air grows cooler, softer, and strangely alive. The sound of falling water changes here. It is no longer only a patter or a hush, it becomes a chorus, layered and mysterious, as though invisible voices are woven into every drop. She slows, holding her candle low, and listens. The rain is singing. At first, she thinks it is only her imagination, yet the notes are clear, high, trembling tones that fall like silver bells, low, hushed murmurs that roll like distant drums. They rise and fall in patterns, sometimes repeating, sometimes drifting apart. The castle cannot be heard now, nor the rustle of roses. Only the chorus of rain, calling her deeper into the night. The path bends toward a glade. There, lantern mushrooms glow faintly beneath the roots, their caps shining like tiny moons. Mist curls above the ground, pale ribbons of breath drawn from the earth itself. Bella-Flor pauses, her heart lifting with wonder, and then between the strands of rain she sees them, the rain spirits. They are small at first, like glimmers of water taking form. One gathers on a leaf, its body no more than a trembling droplet with arms as fine as thread. Another rises from a puddle, its shape long and fluid, like a ribbon unspooling in the air. Slowly, more appear. Dozens, hundreds, each spirit made of rain, yet shining faintly, as if moonlight has been folded into them. They move in rhythm with the falling water, bending, twirling, bowing, as though every drop of rain is a note in their endless dance. Bella-Flor holds her breath, afraid they might vanish if she speaks. Yet one of the spirits notices her. It floats nearer, a sphere of liquid light. Within its body she sees ripples, reflections of stars, even the faint image of her own candle. It hovers before her face, then brushes her cheek with the gentlest touch, cool, tender, like a mother's hand. At the touch, a memory stirs inside her. Nights of childhood when she lay awake listening to rain, believing it whispered her name. Now she understands it truly had. The spirit drifts back, and others gather close. They circle her feet, spiraling upward like a crown of drops. Their voices merge into a lullaby, soft syllables that have no human words. Only sound that quiets the heart, loosens the weight in her chest, and tells her she is safe. "Why do you sing?" she whispers, unable to stop herself. The spirits answer not with words, but with gestures. One dips its tiny hand into a puddle and draws a glowing ring. Another clings to a branch, shaking droplets free so they fall in perfect rhythm with the song. A third lands on her palm, its body a trembling pearl. She feels its heartbeat, which is not a beat at all but a rhythm of rain. Steady, unending, patient. She realizes their song is the oldest lullaby the earth has ever known. The song of water returning, always returning, from sky to soil, from soil to sky. The princess closes her eyes and listens. She hears not only the rain, but hidden stories within it, of rivers carrying dreams to the sea, of clouds wandering across endless horizons, of seeds waking in the soil, of tears drying gently from tired eyes. The spirits are singing of comfort. They are singing of renewal. They are singing of sleep. When she opens her eyes again, she sees that the spirits are weaving something above her. Drops are drawn upward, caught in invisible threads, and arranged into patterns, delicate arcs like bridges, spirals like shells, lattice like wings. The air shimmers with watery constellations, glowing softly, as if the stars themselves had bent low to watch. She gasps, but the sound is swallowed by awe. The spirits have given her a crown of rain, hanging in the night like a dream suspended just above her brow. The largest of them, a spirit shaped like a tall figure with flowing arm, steps forward. Its voice is lower, slower, like distant thunder softened by miles. It does not speak, but its presence says everything. Rest, trust, sleep deeper. The princess bows her head, her candle flickering, her eyelids heavy. She whispers, "Thank you." The crown dissolves. Droplets fall gently onto her hair, her shoulders, her candle hand. The spirits scatter, returning to leaves, to puddles, to air, to nothing. Yet their song lingers. It lingers in her breath, in her chest, in her very bones. Even as silence returns, she knows she will hear it forever, whenever rain falls against her window. Bella-Flor steps away from the glade, walking slowly, softly. Behind her, the garden closes, and the spirits vanish like dreams at dawn. Ahead, another path waits, shimmering with rain, leading her deeper into the night's gentle mysteries. Her candle burns low, but she does not fear the dark. The rain spirits have placed their lullaby inside her. She carries it now, as a lantern of peace. And with each step, the world grows softer, quieter, slower, like a heart preparing for sleep. The path leaving the garden winds downward, stone steps slick with rain, guiding Princess Bella-Flor toward a shadowed horizon. The air thickens as she moves, soft curls of mist gather around her ankles, climbing higher with each step until they brush her hands, her face, her hair. The candlelight she carries bends and blurs in the haze, like a star seen through half-closed eyes. It feels as if she is no longer walking in the world of stone and earth, but slipping slowly into a dream that the rain has kept hidden for centuries. The misty forest waits at the edge of the castle grounds. Its trees rise tall, black silhouettes drawn against the veiled night. Their branches drip with silver threads, each leaf jeweled with trembling drops. The mist deepens beneath the canopy, folding around trunks like blankets, drifting across roots like breath. The rain here is slower, heavier, each drop landing with a sound both hollow and deep, as though the earth itself were singing from far below. Bella-Flor steps inside, and the forest closes gently behind her. The air grows cooler, carrying the scents of pine, moss, and wet bark. Her slippers press into soft earth, the ground cushioned with fallen needles and damp moss that sigh beneath her weight. She feels the forest embrace her with stillness. Every sound, her breath, her steps, the drip of rain becomes part of a larger rhythm, steady and low, guiding her deeper into calm. Mist coils upward from the roots, winding around the trunks like silver serpents. It shifts with the rain, sways with the branches, dances in slow spirals that rise and fall. Sometimes the mist parts just enough to reveal a glimmer of moonlight, a shard of pale glow piercing through the canopy. Then it closes again, and the world returns to softness, as if sight itself were meant to drowse. The princess walks slowly, letting each image dissolve before her eyes, as though she is drifting through layers of dreams, one after another. Somewhere ahead, the sound of water changes. It is no longer the steady fall of rain upon leaves, but something broader, deeper, echoing. She follows the sound until she reaches a hollow where a fallen oak lies across a stream. The trunk is wide, cushioned with moss, and the stream beneath it runs black and glistening, carrying the rain deeper into the forest. She kneels beside the stream and lowers her candle. Its light trembles on the surface, breaking into shards with each ripple. She leans closer and imagines that the water carries reflections from other worlds' lands where rain has different voices, where sleep is eternal, where every drop is a key to a hidden dream. She dips her fingers into the stream. The chill startles her at first, but then spreads upward, calming, loosening, untangling. It is as though the water has taken from her the last remnants of wakefulness and replaced them with drowsy quiet. The forest hums in response, a low vibration felt more than heard, like the earth purring. She stays there a while, hand in the stream, until her breath matches its current, slow, even, ceaseless. When she rises, she notices faint lights in the mist. Not fireflies, these glow too steadily. They float between the trees, soft spheres of silver, drifting higher and lower, weaving through the branches like gentle spirits of the forest itself. One passes near her cheek, close enough for her to feel its cool radiance. She does not chase it. She only watches, letting it guide her eyes upward. The canopy above shimmers faintly as rain collects and falls in long, delayed drops, striking the earth with sounds like muted drums. Each drop feels slower here, stretched by the mist, as if time itself has learned to rest. She continues walking. The forest deepens, and with it, the sense of timelessness. Roots curl like sleeping serpents. Ferns spread wide, cradling pearls of rain. A hollow log breathes with the mist, exhaling soft clouds as though the forest dreams aloud. The princess moves with reverence, her candle a flicker against vast shadows. The flame grows smaller as her eyes grow heavier. She feels the forest welcoming her, not as a guest, but as a child, returning home to rest. A clearing opens before her. The mist gathers here, denser than anywhere else, yet glowing faintly from within, as though moonlight has seeped into its heart. The trees stand in a circle, their trunks tall and solemn, their crowns bending together to form a cathedral of branches. Rain falls through the canopy in slow, deliberate streams, each drop echoing against leaves and soil with a hollow tone, like the notes of a deep lullaby. Bella-Flor steps into the clearing and stops at its center. She feels as though she is standing within the breath of the earth itself. The mist brushes her skin, cooling her, soothing her. The rain falls on her hair, her shoulders, her candle hand. She lowers the candle to the ground. Its flame flickers once, twice, then steadies. She closes her eyes. The voices of the rain spirits from the garden echo faintly in her memory, and she realizes their song has followed her here, woven into the drops, hidden in the mist. The forest is singing too. All around her, the night becomes one long, endless lullaby. She tilts her head back, allowing the rain to fall upon her face. It feels like a blessing, each drop a gentle hand smoothing her brow, each sound a whisper telling her to drift. The princess breathes deep, and her thoughts grow slow, slower still, until they are no more than ripples dissolving into silence. She stands there, suspended between waking and sleep, between the forest and her own dreaming, until the moment no longer matters. And as she begins to move again, deeper into the misty forest, she carries with her the hush of the trees, the coolness of the stream, the glow of the hidden lights, and the eternal rhythm of rain, soft, patient, unhurried, guiding her ever closer to the heart of sleep. The forest path descends gently, winding as if it remembers the shape of an ancient riverbed. The rain softens to a fine mist, almost weightless, and the air grows heavy with the smell of wet stone and moss. Bella-Flor carries her candle low, though its flame flickers faintly now, no longer needed to guide her way. Ahead, a new sound resounds, a long, liquid murmur, steady and deep. It is not the scattered drip of rain, nor the trickle of a stream. It is broader, calmer, endless. The river of dreamy currents waits for her. She arrives at its bank, and the sight steals her breath. The river stretches wide, dark as ink, yet shimmering with 1,000 reflections. Each raindrop that touches its surface bursts into rings of silver, ripples overlapping, weaving endless patterns that vanish only to be born again. Mist drifts along the surface, glowing faintly, as if the river itself exhales dreams into the night. The current is slow, patient, moving with the rhythm of someone already half asleep. A wooden boat lies tethered to a crooked post at the shore. Its shape is simple, carved long ago, with edges worn smooth by years of water's embrace. Without hesitation, Bella-Flor steps inside. The wood creaks softly, and the boat rocks, but soon steadies, as if it has been waiting for her all this time. She sets her candle at the prow, its flame reflected in the glassy water, a tiny sun floating upon an endless night. With a gentle push, the boat drifts free, and the current takes her. The river moves slowly, so slowly, yet she feels herself traveling far, as though each breath carries her deeper into another realm. The sound of the water cradling the boat is hypnotic. A hush, a sigh, a lull. It is a song without words, a promise without end. She leans back, folding her hands across her lap, and lets her eyelids grow heavy. Above her, the canopy parts. The clouds drift away, revealing the moon full, pale, serene. Its light spills across the river, painting a silver road that stretches ahead. Bella-Flor follows that light with her eyes, tracing the ribbon of silver until sight itself blurs. She feels the current rocking her gently, left and right, like a cradle held by the hands of the night. Around her, the mist shapes itself into phantoms, soft, shimmering outlines that rise and dissolve. They look like dream figures, a stag with antlers woven from rain, a bird with wings of mist, a child carrying a lantern of stars. They do not frighten her. They bow as the boat passes, and their forms scatter like petals in the current. She realizes the river carries not only water, but stories once dreamed, stories whispered to the rain, stories waiting to be born in sleep. Tonight, she is floating among them. She trails her fingers over the side of the boat, skimming the water. It is cool, smooth, endless. The ripples spread outward, glimmering faintly, like messages written in light. She wonders if each ripple finds its way to another dreamer, far beyond the forests, someone lying awake, listening to the same rain. Perhaps they will feel a sudden calm, a sudden release, not knowing that the river carried her touch to them. The current deepens, becoming slower still, as though time itself has lain down to rest. The boat drifts past banks lined with reeds that bend under the weight of rain. The reeds sway gently, whispering to one another. The whispers merge with the sound of water, weaving a lullaby so low, so soft, it seems to hum inside her very bones. She breathes with it, slower, slower, until her thoughts dissolve into rhythm. A heron rises from the mist, wings vast, silent, carrying droplets that fall like beads of light back into the river. Bella-Flor watches it disappear into the moonlit haze. She feels her chest loosen, her shoulders soften. The world is a cradle, and she is the child within it. The boat rocks once, twice, then steadies again, as if urging her to close her eyes. She does not resist. Her lashes fall heavy. The candle's flame blurs into a golden smear. The river speaks beneath her. Hush, hush, hush. Each hush is a hand upon her brow. Each hush is a promise of rest. She breathes, and the current carries her deeper. The river of dreamy currents is not meant to be crossed quickly. It is meant to be floated upon, to be surrendered to. And so Bella-Flor surrenders. She drifts, and the river drifts with her. Together they move into the heart of night, into the wide silence where dreams are born. The river carries Bella-Flor onward, its current so slow and gentle that she forgets what it feels like to hurry. Time itself stretches thin, like a soft fabric pulled across the sky. She drifts until faint glimmers appear ahead, warm, golden sparks, trembling through the mist. At first, they look like stars that have fallen into the water, but as the boat glides closer, she realizes they are lanterns. Hundreds of lanterns, swaying in the rain. The boat brushes gently against a wooden dock. Without a sound, the current stills, and the world seems to invite her to step ashore. She takes the candle in her hand, though its flame is pale beside the glow awaiting her. Her slippers touch the wet planks, and the rain greets her again, soft against her hair, her face, her shoulders. She lifts her gaze, and there it is, the rainy village of lanterns. The village is small, cradled between the forest and the river. Its houses built of wood and stone that glisten beneath the steady drizzle. Each home has a lantern hung from the eaves, glowing warm and steady despite the rain. The light does not fight the darkness, it softens it, wraps it in gentleness. The cobblestone paths glisten, each stone a mirror reflecting lantern fire and raindrops. Smoke curls lazily from chimneys, fragrant with herbs and bread, weaving with the mist as though dreams themselves are cooking in the hearths. Bella-Flor walks slowly through the streets. No voices rise, no clamor of waking life. Yet the village is not empty. She sees shadows moving within the warm windows, families gathered by fire. Elders resting in chairs, children curled beneath blankets, already adrift in dreams. The lanterns outside seem to keep vigil, glowing on their behalf, as if the whole village has chosen to rest while the lights watch over them. The princess pauses by one lantern, its glass misted with rain. She lifts her hand and feels the warmth radiating through it. It hums faintly, as though it is alive. For a moment, she imagines each lantern contains a piece of a dream, captured like a firefly to keep the night bright. She leans closer, and in the shifting glow, she almost sees images. A child flying on the back of a swan. A field of flowers swaying in eternal spring. A small dog curled in the lap of an old woman, both smiling. Dreams resting in the lantern light. She moves on, deeper into the village. At the square stands a great oak tree, its branches wide, its roots stretching into the earth. From every branch hangs a lantern, and together they glow like a constellation brought down to earth. Rain falls through the canopy, striking the lanterns with tiny taps, a melody soft and endless. She stands beneath it and feels as if she has entered the center of the sky itself. At the base of the tree sits a circle of stones. Upon them rest bowls of rainwater, placed carefully as offerings. Each bowl holds reflections of lanterns, of raindrops, of the princess herself. She kneels and gazes into one. The reflection shimmers, breaks, reforms. She realizes these bowls are for wishes. The villagers place them here, letting the rain fill them, so that their hopes dissolve gently into water, carried to the river, and then into the world. She closes her eyes and whispers her own quiet wish. May every heart find peace, even in the storm. As she rises, she notices figures at the edge of the square. The villagers are not asleep after all. They are quiet, moving slowly, as though they too are part of a dream. An old man lights a new lantern and hangs it upon the oak. A woman guides her child to place a small candle into a bowl. None speak, all move with the silence of reverence. Bella-Flor feels no need to approach, only to share the hush with them. She bows her head, a stranger yet welcomed by the rhythm of their ritual. When the ceremony ends, the villagers return to their homes, lanterns swaying gently behind them. The princess lingers. She notices how the lanterns never flicker, even beneath the rain. Their flames are steady, patient, enduring. They remind her of the rain spirits, of the river's current, of the castle's windows. Everything she has seen tonight speaks the same truth. There is a light that does not fear darkness, a peace that grows stronger in the rain. The mist thickens, curling once more along the cobblestones, guiding her back toward the dock. Her boat waits, rocking gently, eager but unhurried. She steps inside and places her candle at the prow. The lanterns behind her glow softly, their light reflecting across the river, scattering like fireflies on the current. As the boat drifts away, she looks back. The rainy village of lanterns fades into mist, yet its warmth lingers in her chest. She feels as though she carries one of its lights within her, now a lantern flame, burning quietly in her heart. Steady through every shadow, steady through every dream. The rain continues, soft and eternal. The river hums. The boat rocks her gently once more, and Bella-Flor lets her breath fall into rhythm with the current. Deeper, softer, slower. The night is a lullaby, and she drifts upon it, carried toward whatever dream waits beyond the lantern glow. The river widens as it carries Bella-Flor away from the lantern glow. Behind her, the village dissolves into mist, its golden lights trembling faintly until they vanish, like fireflies returning to sleep. Ahead, the sky darkens again, clouds gathering in slow, solemn folds. The rain deepens, not fierce, not hurried, but fuller each drop a weightier note in the night's music. Somewhere far above, a low sound stirs. Not sharp lightning, not violent thunder, but a distant, rolling hum. The tower of gentle thunder awaits. It rises from the river's edge like a shadow carved from stone, tall and steady, its spire piercing the veiled sky. The tower has no fire, no lantern, yet it glows faintly whenever the thunder rolls a pulse of silver light that seems to breathe with the clouds. Bella-Flor's boat drifts to the shore as if summoned. The rain falls heavier here, the drops ringing against the stone with soft percussion, like drums muffled in velvet. She steps ashore and begins the climb along a winding path that spirals around the tower's base. Moss clings to the stone walls, glistening. Ivy drapes across the steps, each leaf trembling beneath raindrops. With every turn, the thunder's hum grows warmer, closer, as though the tower itself is alive and calling her upward. Inside, the stairwell coils into darkness. She carries her candle, though its flame is dim beside the pale pulses of light that bloom with every thunder roll. The walls seem to breathe with sound, a vibration that shivers through stone, through air, through her body. It does not frighten her. It steadies her, like a hand on her shoulder, guiding her toward calm. Step by step, she ascends. The stair echoes with her slow tread, with the hush of rain falling through narrow windows, with the deep murmur of thunder above. Sometimes the sound pauses, and silence reigns. Then, a new wave rises, low and long, spilling through the tower like a sigh, too vast for words. Each rumble fades gently, like the slow exhale of a sleeping giant. The rhythm begins to sink into her heartbeat, drawing her pulse into unison with the storm. At last, she reaches the chamber at the top. Here, the ceiling is open to the sky, framed by stone arches. Clouds swirl overhead, heavy with rain. Lightning does not strike in spears. Instead, it flickers softly, veins of light spreading across the clouds like silver roots. Each flash reveals the chamber, its floor slick with water, its walls lined with carved symbols long forgotten, its air vibrating with the voice of thunder. Bella-Flor stands at the center, candle trembling in her hand. She raises her face to the sky. A raindrop lands on her brow, then another, until the storm baptizes her gently, steadily. The thunder rolls again low, sonorous, endless. She closes her eyes. The sound is not fierce. It is vast, steady, protective, like a lullaby sung by the heavens themselves. Each rumble spreads through her bones, smoothing tension, loosening the knots of thought. She feels the thunder in her chest, in her breath, in the slow weight of her eyelids. The storm has no anger. It is a heartbeat, a reminder that even the sky must breathe. She lowers her candle to the wet stone, and for the first time tonight, she lets the flame extinguish. Darkness closes in, but it is not frightening. It is complete, safe, whole. The only light now comes from the trembling veins of silver in the clouds, flaring and fading in rhythm with the storm. Between each flash, the darkness is deep and warm, a blanket wrapping her in silence. The rain on the stone floor gathers into shallow pools. Each droplet strikes with a soft note, together forming a quiet orchestra. Plink, plink, plink. The thunder rolls above, long and low. Together they weave a lullaby so vast she feels herself drifting within it. She kneels and touches the water pooled at her knees. It is cool, calming, and its ripples echo the thunder's vibration, spreading across the floor like rings of sound. In that moment, Bella-Flor imagines the tower as more than stone. It is an instrument, carved by time, tuned by the sky. The rain is its strings, the thunder, its drum, the lightning its silent breath. And Chismal, tired and dreaming, is the listener it was waiting for. She lies back upon the smooth stone, arms folded across her chest. Raindrops fall upon her, steady as a mother's hand patting a child to sleep. The thunder rolls again, deeper this time, yet tender, almost affectionate. It fills the chamber like a voice whispering, "Rest now, little one, rest." Her breath slows, her mind loosens. She does not know whether she is awake, or already asleep, or somewhere in between. The storm holds her in its vast cradle, rocking her not with violence, but with strength and calm. The tower of gentle thunder does not demand, it does not frighten. It only reminds her of the great truth, that even the mightiest forces can be soft, that even the loudest voices can be kind, that even the sky itself desires her rest. Bella-Flor, let's go. The rain falls, the thunder hums, and she drifts, deeper and deeper, into the lull of the storm. The storm's lull guides Bella-Flor back down the tower's spiral steps. Each echoing footfall feels slower, softer, as though the stones themselves are urging her not to rush. When she reaches the riverbank once more, her boat is waiting, its wooden frame glistening with rain, rocking gently, as if it too has listened to the thunder's song. She steps inside, and the current, obedient and unhurried, carries her forward into the night. The river broadens, trees thin and fade into mist. The air opens, and then, slowly, the sound changes. The quiet hush of flowing water deepens into something greater, vaster, a rhythm that stretches across the horizon. It is the sound of waves. Endless, patient, eternal. Before her lies the ocean of eternal rain. Its expanse is boundless, reaching beyond sight, merging with the heavy sky. Rain falls without pause, a fine curtain that blurs the edge between sea and heaven. Each drop becomes part of the surface, disappearing into ripples that join the vast, rolling breath of the waves. The ocean does not rage, it breathes. Each swell rises like an inhale, each fall like an exhale. Slow, gentle, forever. Her boat drifts into this endless cradle. The river current dissolves, and now the tide takes her broad, vast, steady. She feels smaller than she ever has, yet safer than she imagined possible. The ocean seems to whisper, "You are held, you are carried, you are already home." The mist on the water glows faintly, silvered by hidden moonlight. It curls and sways, forming veils that drift across the boat, cooling her skin, wetting her hair. Sometimes the mist shapes itself into forms a curve of wings, a sleeping face, the outline of a great hand reaching gently from the sea. They dissolve before she can name them, leaving only softness. The ocean is teaching her. Forms do not matter. Only the rhythm, only the calm. She lays her hand on the edge of the boat, trailing her fingers in the water. The surface is cool, but beneath it she feels warmth, as though the sea holds a secret fire in its heart. The ripples carry her touch outward, vanishing into the infinite. She wonders if somewhere, far across the horizon, another dreamer will feel this ripple as comfort, a reminder that they are not alone. The rain thickens, then softens again, like a blanket being folded and unfolded across the waves. Each drop sings as it meets the water, thousands upon thousands, until the entire ocean hums like a choir of tiny voices. The sound is endless, but never overwhelming. It is steady, hypnotic, drawing her further into surrender. Her breath falls into its rhythm, her eyes half close. Each wave that lifts the boat feels like a hand rocking her into deeper sleep. The rain thickens, then softens again, like a blanket being folded and unfolded across the waves. Each drop sings as it meets the water, thousands upon thousands, until the entire ocean hums like a choir of tiny voices. The sound is endless, but never overwhelming. It is steady, hypnotic, drawing her further into surrender. Her breath falls into its rhythm, her eyes half close. Each wave that lifts the boat feels like a hand rocking her into deeper sleep. The boat glides into the circle. The rain here is warmer, gentler, like a caress. Bella-Flor feels her heart beat slow further, each thud a long distance apart, each breath drawn as though from a deeper place. She sets down her candle, the last small flame she carries. It flickers once, then bows to the sea, extinguished without sound. She no longer needs it. The ocean's lanterns are enough. She lies back in the boat. The rain falls upon her face, steady, soothing. The waves rise and fall beneath her, rocking her gently, endlessly. Above, clouds shift to reveal a single pale star, flickering through the curtain of rain. It is faint, but unwavering. She watches until her eyes can no longer stay open. The ocean of eternal rain sings without words. Its lullaby is vast, infinite. It tells her there is no end, only drifting. No fear, only calm. She is a leaf upon its surface, a feather upon its breath, a dream within its dream. And as the boat drifts further into the mist, the ocean carries her not toward a destination, but deeper into stillness, deeper into surrender, deeper into sleep that has no edges. The ocean carries Bella-Flor far into its endless hush. Waves rise and fall like the breathing of a giant sleeper, and the rain continues its ceaseless song. She lies in her boat, drifting, her mind half asleep, her heart as light as a feather. Time no longer moves as it once did. There is no past, no future, only the rhythm of rain and sea, the rocking of wood upon water. But slowly, she becomes aware of something different. The rain, though steady, begins to change in tone. Its drops strike the ocean with a new resonance, clearer, brighter, almost musical. She sits up gently, candle long gone, her eyes guided only by the glow of the lantern circle fading behind her. Ahead, the mist parts, and the rain falls thicker, heavier. Yet every drop shines like a bead of light before it dissolves into the sea. The ocean of eternal rain has chosen this moment to reveal a secret. The boat slows. Around her, the rain seems to gather, not only from above, but from all directions, rising mist becoming drops, drops becoming shapes, shapes becoming a circle of radiance. She watches in awe as the rain spirits she once met in the garden return. Their liquid forms now larger, brighter, infused with the vastness of the ocean itself. They hover above the water, hundreds, thousands, their bodies glowing faintly with the silver of moonlight hidden behind the clouds. Together, they begin to weave. Droplets spiral upward, forming arcs and lattice of light. The air shimmers with shifting patterns, delicate as lace, strong as stone. The spirits weave a crown not of gold, not of jewels, but of rain made eternal. Each strand glows as it forms, bending and curving into shapes more intricate than any human hand could make. The crown hovers above her head. Bella-Flor bows her face without meaning to, eyes closed, heart surrendered. She feels the touch of the first drop upon her brow, cool, pure, humming with the voice of the ocean. One by one, the raindrops settle onto her hair, her forehead, her shoulders. The crown settles gently into place. And when it does, she hears the secret gift. It is not words. It is a voice that is also rain, a whisper that is also thunder, a song that is also silence. It says, "You are part of us. You are not only a dreamer of rain, but a child of rain. Wherever drops fall, you will find peace. Wherever storms gather, you will hear the lullaby beneath their roar." This is our gift. The knowledge that rest is always within you, the crown that cannot be taken, the song that never ends. Tears mingle with the rain upon her cheeks. They are not heavy tears, not sorrowful, but light like extra drops, joining the ocean, indistinguishable from its rhythm. She feels the weight of the gift, though it is not heavy. It is a soft crown, a promise resting upon her head. She whispers, "Thank you," though her voice is barely more than breath. The spirits shimmer in reply, their glow brightening once, twice, like stars bowing. Then they dissolve, again into mist, into drops, into the infinite ocean. But the gift remains. She feels it within her chest, a calmness deeper than she has ever known. The rain no longer seems outside, her hit flows through her veins, beats with her heart, breathes with her lungs. Every drop falling on the sea feels as if it is falling within her, soothing every hidden sorrow, healing every forgotten wound. The boat drifts forward again. The ocean calms even further. It swells softer, its breath slower, as if honoring what has just passed. Bella-Flor lies back, her body surrendered fully now. She does not need to search, nor to wonder. The rain's secret gift is already hers. She gazes upward, through the falling curtain of water. For the first time tonight, the clouds thin. A break opens in the sky, revealing the vast field of stars above. Their light filters through the rain, scattering into prisms of color blue, violet, pale gold, soft rose. The whole sky becomes a jeweled tapestry, blurred and shining, as if heaven itself is weeping light. She smiles, a smile half dreaming, her lips barely curved. "I am safe," she whispers. The words vanish into the rain, but she knows the ocean has heard. The crown of rain glimmers faintly, invisible yet eternal. With every breath, she feels herself sinking deeper into peace, into the lull that has been waiting for her all along. The boat rocks, the ocean hums, the stars shimmer through the rain. And Princess Bella-Flor, wrapped in her gift, drifts toward the last chapter of her journey toward the gentle ending that waits in the arms of sleep. The ocean stretches on without end, yet Princess Bella-Flor no longer wonders where it leads. She has drifted so long in the rhythm of waves and rain that the question of distance, of direction, of time itself has faded. There is only the steady lull, the rise and fall of the water, the soft silver tapping of drops, the whisper of the crown upon her brow. The rain's secret gift still glimmers in her heart, and with it comes a peace so deep that she feels almost weightless. The boat rocks, each sway slower than the last, as though the ocean knows she is ready for her final rest. Mist gathers close, folding around her like veils of silk, soft and cool. It blurs the horizon, the stars, even the rain, until all becomes one tender fabric. She is not traveling anymore, she is being cradled. Above, the sky darkens again, but not with storm. This darkness is warm, like velvet drawn across a window to help a child sleep. The moon drifts behind a curtain of clouds, and the last starlight scatters faintly, enough to shimmer upon the sea, but not enough to wake the world. Everything quiets, as if the earth itself is lying down beside her. The rain continues, steady and unbroken, but it too has grown gentler. No longer does it sing with bright voices, or weave crowns of silver. Now it hums softly, a single tone, constant and low, like the quiet hush a mother whispers while smoothing a blanket over her child. Every drop that touches her skin is a wordless goodnight. Every ripple that rocks the boat is a slow breath urging her deeper into slumber. Bella-Flor closes her eyes. She no longer needs to see the sea or sky. She knows they are here, infinite and faithful, keeping watch as she drifts. The boat becomes a cradle. The cradle becomes a cloud. The cloud becomes a dream. She breathes once, twice, and each breath seems to stretch further apart, as though the air itself is encouraging her to rest longer, sink deeper. In her mind, the journey replays like fragments of a lullaby. The drizzling windows of her castle, the garden jeweled with raindrops, the spirits singing in the mist, the forest breathing with hidden life, the dreamy river currents, the lantern village glowing in silence, the tower humming with thunder, the ocean infinite and kind. Every place she has passed was never separate. It was always leading her here, to this gentle stillness. Each memory becomes a note, and together they form a final song. The rain leans closer, whispering in her ear. She cannot hear words, but she understands. Sleep, Bella-Flor. Sleep without fear, sleep without end. The world is safe in this rhythm. The world is whole in this rain. Her body softens. Her crown glimmers faintly, then melts into nothing, leaving only its essence within her heart. The ocean rocks her one last time, and she lets go completely of thought, of name, of story. There is no separation between her and the rain now. She is the rain. She is the ocean. She is the lull that fills the night. The mist folds tighter, a blanket drawn close. The rain hums lower, slower, until even the hum feels like silence. The waves continue, eternal. Yet they are no longer moving her anywhere. They are simply holding her, forever safe. And so the tale comes to rest, not with an ending, but with a pause that will last until morning. The sleepy tale of Princess Bella-Flor drifts into the heart of night, where all stories dissolve into dreams, and all dreams dissolve into sleep. Good night, dear listener. May the rain guide you gently, as it guided her. May the thunder hum beneath your breath, the lanterns glow softly in your chest, the ocean carry you without hurry. May your heart be crowned with calm. Close your eyes. The rain is falling. The story is finished. Sleep now, in peace. Sleep now, in safety. Sleep now, as Princess Bella-Flor sleeps in the gentle embrace of rain, forever and ever. And now, the story is silent. The rain still falls, steady and kind, wrapping the world in its soft rhythm. The ocean still breathes, a cradle without end. And somewhere, Princess Bella-Flor sleeps, her crown dissolved into peace, her heart resting in the lull of eternal rain. This blessing is yours, too. Close your eyes. Let the night carry you. Let each drop be a hand smoothing your brow. Each breath a gentle tide drawing you deeper. Sleep well, sleep safely, sleep sweetly. Good night.